Good morning, Sri Lanka. Welcome back to another beautiful edition of a GMSL, where we're going to take you into a different level, a different zone, and a different location of martial arts. Anupama, good morning to you.
Good morning, Banu. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very excited to do the show with you again.
Mutual feeling, yeah?
Yes. Oh, wow. Cool. So yeah, last week we were talking about an entirely different topic, and just like Banu was saying, we're not exactly talking about martial arts as per se, but we are moving on from the typically theoretical topics that we were talking about all throughout these weeks, and we're moving into a very practical and happening topic today, which is none other than self-defense. Now, Banu, what do you think about self-defense? What do you know about it?
I have absolutely zero idea of it, because I haven't studied, but my brother has when he was a kid. So I would like to learn. You know, today's episode is going to be one hell of a episode where we're going to learn more about a subject that's not only going to help you win in life, but protect yourself
in life.
and
Exactly.
and your loved ones as well. Yeah,
exactly. Spot on, Banu. Because most of the people, when you talk about self-defense, they only think that it's something to do with protecting yourself, but self-defense is also, today we are going to demonstrate something very important to you, which shows that defense is also something that you should be good at when it comes to protecting your loved ones and the people who are around you as well.
And most importantly, yourself.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Loved ones.
Most importantly, yourself. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So we have this special technique derived from Israel. It's called Krav Maga.
Oh yes.
I hope I pronounce it right. I feel a little, you know, I feel like the man when I say like Krav Maga. So without much ado, let's invite the two guests who we've cordially invited on today's show, that we could, you know, I'd call them opinion formers on this matter, on this subject, because they know what they're talking about on this matter. So please welcome Shehara Gunasekara, who is an assistant instructor, and Christopher Lebroy, who is an instructor in this field as well.
Welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Great. So, Shehara and Christopher, how are you doing this morning?
Good.
Perfect.
Okay, and this is your first experience in GMSL. So tell us how you feel.
Actually, yeah, something like that.
Are you feeling very nervous?
Not exactly. Was, but not anymore.
Okay, but something very interesting about self-defense that I read when I was going through the rundown with Banu is that most of the people think that just knowing the technique in their heads will actually help them when it comes to self-defense, when it comes to defending yourself. But that's not exactly what self-defense is it? Knowing the technique in their heads doesn't really help unless you know how to put it into use.
Exactly.
Okay, so why don't you elaborate on that?
Well, so you may know a technique in your head, but if you don't practice it, it's of no use. So you have to keep on practicing the technique for you to be fluent in it.
Okay.
So, and it's the techniques are all simple techniques.
Okay.
It's nothing, you know, sophisticated. It's how simple, if someone attacks you, how you defend and get away from the situation.
And Krav Maga is all about that protecting yourself and how to defend it. How can you tell us a brief explanation and introduction as to what Krav Maga is?
Yes, Krav Maga is a Israeli self-defense system which was trained only to the military. It was not given to the civilians before.
Okay.
But what they realized was, you know, civilians also have been attacked or been robbed and all that. So they decided, okay, in the year 2000, to let the civilians also learn this system where they can protect themselves. But what was taught to the civilians was totally a different method. It's Krav itself, but the simple techniques in a different level.
Okay.
So where you just defend yourself and move away from the situation.
So this started very recently in 2000, you said?
2000, it was founded in 1943, but the civilians, they opened it out to them in 2000.
So it's just been 13 years.
13 years, and Sri Lanka, we got it 3 years back from Mr. Satish Tirmunige.
Who is going to be
chief
very soon.
Yes.
It originated some time back, and now it's open for civilians as well to just learn the art.
Yes.
Yeah. I know this is the most frequently asked question. Maybe, why is self-defense important?
Yes, self-defense is important, you know, to protect, as I say. Most of the time, a lot of guys think, oh, why should I learn some type of martial arts? Actually, learning self-defense is not to go to fight someone. It's always to protect yourself. If you're in a situation, how you can defend yourself. You never know what time a situation can arise.
Let's throw an example.
Yeah.
Can we throw an example? What about you, Shehara? Give a classic example where you could fight for yourself if someone comes to attack you.
What kind of situation do
Yeah.
you think is more, would occur?
Okay, basically, if it's for a girl, I think it would be like after office, going home alone.
Late at night.
Okay, yeah, exactly,
Yeah, okay.
right? So, guys, cliques will be there waiting for her or whatever, right? So, I think this martial is the best for women, basically because girls don't actually put, in the sense like they don't learn this because they're scared or something like
Yeah.
that. But I think women really should go out there and learn this. It's not that hard. It's not about power. It's just about mind and how you do it.
And
We,
focus.
we
You'll be
were
fine.
talking actually prior to the show about
Yeah.
the fitness level
Yes,
and
exactly.
the
No,
stamina.
it has nothing to do
Nothing
with
to do.
nothing to do with the
what,
power.
what do you
or
want to have if you want to get into this field where you want to focus on becoming a professional Krav Maga instructor or a student? What advice would you like to give them, and what takes you to go there?
Well, actually, just do it the technique properly. It's just a day-to-day life thing, right? So, especially for a woman, I think you should learn.
And I think
stuff.
when it becomes a habit, when defending yourself becomes just like a habit, I think it's going to be very easy for anybody, not just a girl, to
Yeah.
put it into use. Because like we were speaking before, it's not about just fitness level or your flexibility. If you have the focus and if you're actually willing to do something, and if you have good concentration, maybe to the things that is around you,
Yes,
like who's
actually.
following you and
Yeah,
what's
that's
around
right. That's
you.
what we train them on. We train them on how to be mentally, how to be alert when things arise. The main thing in self-defense is not to be surprised by an attacker. Most of the time you see someone is always surprised and they just lose it and they don't know what they're doing. So what we train is to be mentally alert, to be ready for something. See, you're walking alone, if you notice some guy following you, always you have to be alert and ready.
Cautious. Yeah.
Okay, cautious about what's going to take place.
Exactly. So this is an all-round training. So you train your students mentally, physically,
and
even spiritually, maybe a little
with
bit
the
to
technique.
be focused and alert. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How does this Krav Maga technique differentiate from the other forms of self-defense techniques?
Yes.
For example, karate.
Right. Krav Maga is mostly a simple system. See, whereas other martial arts, it's a lot of time taken, a lot of stretching and all that. And the other thing is, like, a lot of people don't have time to go through all that type of a training
In the real world.
in the real
Yeah.
world.
True. That's true. Yeah.
Okay. So what we teach is in minimum time how you can learn the maximum defense.
So to learn a maximum defense, how long going to take under normal circumstances?
Under normal circumstances, okay, we'll say you study for about a year under an instructor.
Okay.
You learn the main things that, okay, you think this is sufficient for me to defend myself. It's not, but unless of course you want to become an instructor, then you continue your training.
Yeah. The next question that I want to ask is, it's kind of silly actually, but then
It's fine, Anupama. Be yourself.
Thanks, God. Thank you very much for insulting me in front of our guests. No, I was joking. But still, this is actually kind of silly. Thing is, now we see movies. In every movie that we see, we actually see that, especially when a girl is attacked, the first thing that they do is grab something from the side of the road or whatever that they can find, hit it on the person who's trying to attack you, and then run away. But I'm sure that doesn't work in real life to that extent.
Exactly. See, sometimes you're walking on the road, you try to grab something, you don't have anything around you.
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
Oh, yeah, and by the time that you
Okay.
try to grab something
they
has
can
already
attack
happened.
you.
So yeah, tell us about. Is that enough, or
No.
what are the simple things that we should be alert on in that case?
The simple thing you should be alert is, okay, expecting, okay, this scene, what he's going to do to you first. Okay, we'll say a guy grabs you. Okay, at that point, how you should be relaxed and what you should do. It comes to a point, okay, he grabs you, but at some point he has to release you again. He can't grab you and hold on for long.
Yes.
Okay, at some point he has to let you go. At that point, you use
Yeah,
your
concentration.
and that is why we train them in that.
Okay.
See, if it's a person who doesn't know, will just freak out and
Yeah, and
That's
this is adaptable for men and women both, right?
both.
Okay.
And that's why she's here. Does learning self-defense mean that one has to follow and learn a martial art?
No, actually, martial arts it's a title given to all type of thing. Karate also is called a martial art.
Yeah.
Okay, you do wushu, it's a martial art.
Okay.
Right?
No,
So
but I think what Banu is trying to ask is that
Yeah.
does Krav Maga fall under the category of martial arts?
it's a self-defense system.
Okay,
It
but
doesn't
you
go as
can't call exactly
not a
martial
martial. It's a self-defense.
So what's the difference between these two?
The difference is because see, in the martial arts you always have competition.
Okay.
Ah, right.
Right? It's a competitive thing. You're given a medal, but in this, it's not a competition. It's all about self-defense.
Just protecting yourself. That's
I think we're going to learn more about it.
Yes.
In the next few minutes on the show as well.
We're going to have a lot of demonstrations as well.
Exactly. And I'm very excited about it. Do join us on our Facebook page as well, guys, because we'll be uploading this in case if you miss it today. It's www.facebook.com/Good Morning Sri Lanka. We'll be taking our first break and we'll be back for more action.